If you watch this video till the very end, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and then hit the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. Let's get right into it. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I thought I would do What If Deku Had Elsa's Powers, Part 1. I decided to do this because it's original. I've been trying to think of more original ideas, but there isn't really a lot of them. But then I watched Frozen 2 last night, and it got me thinking, what if Deku had Elsa's powers? Because Elsa is secretly freakishly OP. Like, really OP. If she really wanted to, she could make an entire army of snowmen. Because she was able to make this giant ice golem thing to protect her castle in Frozen 1. Like, no one thinks about how OP she could be if she used those powers to their full extent and actually trained her abilities. So yeah, we're gonna start when Deku was born. As soon as he was out, the doctor was bringing him to where they would put the babies down for a rest after, the mamas held them and all that. Then the doctor gets frozen in place. He couldn't even put him down to bed. He just got frozen instantly. And then a doctor sees this, and he gets Deku and brings him to the quirk examination part of the office. And he's trying to figure out what his quirk is, but he won't use it again. It's like it was there for a second, then it just disappeared. And the doctor's like, this is so weird. Normally, kids can't use their quirks at this age. So then, thinking about all the other children, he decides it'd probably be best to send him home early, just in case his quirk did activate again, and he hurt the other kids in there. So they send him home with Inko, and Inko's husband is out on work. So yeah, now we're gonna fast forward 1 or 2 years later. No, 3 years later. And, no, this isn't scripted. I say this almost every what if. This is not scripted. So we're gonna go to when he's in kindergarten, and they're explaining their quirks. And then Deku says, oh, I can manipulate snow and ice. And then he builds a little snowman. And then the snowman comes to life and says, hi, my name is Olaf. And then they're all like, that's not cool compared to Bakugo's quirk. And Bakugo shoots an explosion in the air. Yeah, my quirk is awesome compared to yours. And then he shoots an explosion at Olaf, sending Olaf into pieces. But then Olaf reforms, as if it never even happened. And Bakugo's like, huh? That's weird. And then he throws another explosion at Olaf, and Olaf just reforms. And he's like, no matter, my quirk is still cooler than yours. So, from this day onward, Deku trains his quirk. He may be 4 years old, but he trains it to the extent he can. So, I'm going to say by the time he's 6 years old, he's able to make 5 snowmen. And those snowmen can wield either icicles or snowballs. Or they can just be defenseless. And Deku now knows how to shoot icicles out of his hands, and also shoot snow out of his hands, almost like liquid nitrogen out of his hands to freeze a wall or something. So now we're gonna fast forward to the end of middle school, and the teacher's like, time to think about your future. And then he throws all the papers up in the air and says, who cares? I know you all want to be heroes. And then they all start using their cork. And then Deku creates a bunch of snowmen and then shoots some snow up in the air. And all of them are like, yeah! And then Bakugo's like, don't put me in a class with any of these B-listers. And then the teacher's like, whoa, hold on there, Bakugo. Deku, did you sign up for UA? Like Bakugo? And then Bakugo's like, what? That dang nerd? You signed up for UA? And then the teacher walks out, because this was the end of class. And, Deku's like, yeah, what about it? And then Bakugo's like, you can't sign up for UA because you have a weak cork. And then he says, I mean, I could do well on the written. And then he destroys Deku's journal. And then shoots an explosion at one of his snowmen. But the snowman just reforms. And Bakugo's like, ah! And then he throws an explosion at Deku. But Olaf jumps in the way and gets hit by the explosion, sending Olaf into a wall. And then Olaf reforms, but his carrot nose and his stick arm were destroyed. And Deku's like, you hurt him. You can't be a hero with that kind of attitude. And then Bakugo's like, huh? Who says I can't? And then Deku says, who says I can't become a hero with my cork? And then he runs out of the room, and Bakugo's like, get back here, you dang nerd! And him and his goons chase after him. And then Deku's running, and then Bakugo, and then the winged goon gets in front of him, and then Bakugo grabs him by the backpack, and then pulls him down and throws an explosion into his back, almost breaking Deku's back. And then he's like, why would you do that? That's assault! You'll never become a hero. And then, right before you can say Bakugo's name, Bakugo throws an explosion, sending Deku close to where the shortcut is. And then Bakugo and his goons leave. Then Deku takes the shortcut to get home. And the sludge villain shows up. And the sludge villain's like, hey kid, I'm gonna take over your body. And then Deku's like, I'm weak right now. My body wouldn't be very useful, but I won't let you have it. Then Deku makes 10 snowmen. And they all run after the sludge villain, and the sludge villain's like, what are these snowmen gonna do? And then they all form together to create a human-sized snowman, or a grown-up, or an adult-sized, or a human adult-sized snowman with a sword. And then he's like, wait, what the? And then it runs towards him. Then Deku shoots a couple icicles into the sludge villain, and he's like, that's not gonna do anything. And then he shoots it back at Deku. Deku dodges, and then the snowman attacks the sludge villain. And it doesn't really do much, because he's sludge. And then Deku uses his, I'm gonna call it nitrogen blast. Because I don't know what else to call it, other than maybe snow dance or something. Or not snow dance, snow blast or something. He shoots his nitrogen blast at the sludge villain, freezing the sludge villain. Then Deku makes a jar out of ice. And then, if you guys haven't seen Frozen 2, this is a little tiny spoiler. Elsa can destroy and reform ice. So I'm going to say he destroyed the ice around the sludge villain. Then the sludge villain fell into the container. Then All Might arrives, and he's like, "Everything will be alright because I am here." And then Deku's like, "All Might, no way, you're actually here." And then All Might's like, "Wait, where's the sludge?" And then Deku's like, "I can't believe it, kid. Will you?" And then All Might's like, "Hold on, kid. Hold that thought. Where's the sludge villain?" And Deku's like, "Oh, the villain guy? He's in this ice container that I made." "Whoa, that's some impressive strength, kid." And he says, "Oh, it wasn't that big of a deal." And then All Might says, "You have some guts, kid. I'm sure you'll become a great hero one day." And then Deku asks All Might, "Can I?" And then All Might jumps away. But All Might sent a snowman with him. He didn't jump on, but he sent a snowman on with him. And All Might's like, "Wait, what is this thing?" And then the snowman is like, "My master has a question for you." And then he's like, "Master, what the?" And then he's not even paying attention to where he's about to land, and he slams face first into a building. And the snowman falls to the ground, and then, he's in a puddle of snow, and All Might's like, "Oh, that hurts. Oh, crap, I'm out of time. Oh, wait, no, the snowman's gone, I think." And then he turns into Small Might. Then the snowman reforms. And then All Might's like, "Wait, what the?" And then the snowman says, "My master asks if he can still be a hero with the quirk he has to create me and also control ice and snow." And All Might says, yes. I don't know. Who is it?" And then he says, "The kid who captured the..." "Oh, wait, where is the sludge villain?" And then All Might's like, wait, where is the sludge villain? Where's the sludge villain?" And then he's like, And then he tells him that it was the kid back there who created him on your leg. And then he's like, "Yeah, he can be a great hero, but where's the sludge villain?" And then All Might hear him, Deku, and the snowman hear an explosion. And Deku runs over to see what the explosion was. And then he notices it's Bakugo. Bakugo's been captured. And then Deku's like, "Oh my gosh, I have to do something." And then All Might's in the back like, "No. I'd let this happen." And then the snowman's like, "Oh, there's Bakugo." And Deku's like, "I have to do something." And then he goes around the corner and he builds maybe 4 snowmen and sends them around the back of the sludge villain. And then he goes up in front and starts shooting liquid nitrogen blasts at him, freezing small pockets of him. And he's like, "What the?" And then he shoots an icicle right where the sludge villain's hand was holding Bakugo, causing him to release Bakugo. Even though it didn't hurt the sludge villain, it still caused him to release him. And then Deku forms a little ice pathway to slide Bakugo to the heroes. Then Deku finishes it with a full nitrogen blast, freezing the sludge villain. Then All Might gets the courage to get up there, and then with the conjoint attack of the full nitrogen blast and the Detroit Smash, it not only changes the weather to rain, but it puts the sludge villain, it like shatters the sludge villain. And then the heroes run up to Deku and they're like, "Do you not know how dangerous that was, kid?" And then Deku says, "I was just trying to do your job. You guys didn't try to do anything when my friend, or sort of friend, needed help. I only did what you guys couldn't." And then they're like, "Still, you're just a normal civilian. Till you have a hero's license, don't do anything." And he's like, "Someday I will use those words against you." And then he walks away. And then All Might catches up to him. And he's like, and then he transforms into Small Might form. And Deku's like, "Wait, you're not All Might." And then All Might explains his injury. And then he's like, "What if I told you I could give you my quirk?" And that's where I'm going to leave it off for this episode. If you guys want to see a part 2, make sure to hit the like button. And if you watched it all the way to here, hit the like button, because you wouldn't have watched this video till the very end if you didn't enjoy it. So yeah, make sure to subscribe and United States of Smash the bell icon to be notified when I post again.